Because look, man, there's no, there's no, there's no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps. You know what I mean? Because every day steps change, and every day you have to make a decision sometime, and then you have to remember that there's people out here that you're relying on. I was sitting here the other day when I was going through a little. I was like, you know what, man? I got a lot of people relying on me.
Right.
So am I living up to not their expectations, but to my expectations to take care of my children? And my answer to that was no. You know what I mean? So what do I have to, because I want to make sure that, as a man, as a black man, and as myself, no matter how I may think, that they are my responsibility.
Right.
Regardless of how old I get, how old they get, they are still my responsibilities. So I had to rethink a lot of things at that moment, you know what I mean? Because they are. Because every male wants to see the love of a dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I mean? Because I didn't have it. See, I can sit up here and tell you that I never said good morning, Dad. I can say that my dad never took me to the store. I can say that my dad never took me to McDonald's. I can say my dad never picked me up from school. I can say that my dad never touched me, gave me a hug, and said he loved me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess a lot of times, as a male, we forget that also. That although we may have a child, however it went, you know what I mean. Sometimes I got 3 or 4 ladies that I got kids by, you know what I mean, and they happened at different times in my life. You know what I mean? And so I had to rethink those, I had to revisit those thoughts, frequently. You know what I mean? And does it bother me? Yes, it does. You know what I'm saying? But still, I got to make sure that as I move forward, that I build something for them that they don't even know. So that's why, you know what I mean, I put a lot of pressure on myself. You know what I mean? Because I have to. Because nobody else is going to do it. I can go through life being mediocre. I don't want to do that because I know better. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that before I leave this joint, I ain't got to be have no airplane. If I get one, it'd be cool. Or a yacht. You know what I'm saying? That because but just to be able to fulfill that part of my life, I think that'd be the greatest thing ever. You know what I mean?
I can understand that.
There's
nothing wrong with that.
You know what I'm saying? That'd be my prize. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then whatever else is really don't even matter because like I said, because they are the generations that's going to be here after I'm gone. You know what I mean? And I want to make sure that through the process of this, I learned that and I achieved that. That's the only goal right now that really matters. You know what I'm saying? Because one day they'll see it, then they'll do the same thing for their children. You know what I mean? That's the greatest gift of all. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a journey. You know what I mean? Then I also learned today.
Oh, not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Are these the type of conversations you have with your kids also? Like
Nope.
you put it in their head?
No, because they live with me, they see it.
Okay, right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I ain't got to tell them. I don't got to.
I can understand that.
Because look, this is not a movie that somebody wrote to put down and said, it's time for us to talk. So I don't want to talk to nobody. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I have a right to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because there's some things that I'm still working on with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then how that I want things done. You know what I mean? Because when you live with people, you got to separate you from them and them from you. But in the conglomerate, everybody live together. Because everybody not gonna do what you're gonna do. Everybody not gonna like what you like. You know what I mean? It's like I may don't want no dirty dishes in the sink at night.
Mm-hmm.
But my wife may want dirty dishes in the sink at night.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I got to go in there and wash those dishes. Then when I wake up in the morning, ain't nothing in the sink. So I can start my day instead of me going backwards. That's how I look at things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather have it done tonight. That way in the morning, I can go.
Right. Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah. And I'm fast at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get my ass in the shower, you go. Because now I got to figure out the projection of this day. This moment that we're in right now. Just like my grandson's mother called me, text me, can I go get him? I'm like, but I went to the school and, but then his dad came, so I'm like, okay, cool, you figure this part out. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about a lot of times when you have children and you're not ready. So the separation comes, I dealt with that. So now there's a discord between the mother and the father. Then they got nothing to do with the kid. You know what I mean? So I listen to a speech by the minister, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He said, you know what? I made mistakes as a dad. He said, but that's why you have grandfather. Because the mistakes I made as a dad, I could nurture that being a grandfather. You know what I mean? And it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, cause damn, you know, cause we do that. You know what I mean? You know, and not knowing but knowing. You know, this is still a part of my generation, part of my attitude. You know what I mean? So I try to make sure that I guess do what I'm supposed to. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Nobody's going